I'm going to be doing one in minutes, one in 50.
Hello folks, welcome. Thanks for coming tonight. So as you know, tonight we have a wonderful sound bath. As you can see the instruments here, and you can see people are lying down with pillows. If at any point in time you want to pick a spot and lie down somewhere, feel free, okay? I'll make a few announcements now. We'll have a meditation, and then I'll turn the event over to Jim and Milt, who will do a sound bath. We'll take a break, and then after that there'll be some questions and answers, and whatever else you'd like from us, okay? So just a couple of announcements. Well, first of all, the team, I always like to introduce the team. We're all volunteers, and we welcome you to help us with an individual event or any way you can. I'm Bill Prince-Valley, the president. Charles Lobello, our vice president. Treasurer is Jackie Smith over there. Our previous treasurer, Helen Van Slyke, is helping out. And of course, Harriet Wagner-Kupka, our director of 12 years, emeritus. It's always a joy to have her here. And then we have wonderful volunteers. Al, our video producer, all right, who's doing a wonderful job in terms of recording these and streaming these. Right now there are people at home, including my girlfriend Virginia, who's not feeling well, so she's streaming in, so hi to everybody. And of course we have, and also Virginia helps with promotion and fundraising. And we have another volunteer, Marina, who helps with the vendor fair, which is happening next week, which I'll tell you about. And then also, especially Marie, who way back in the back there, who helps us with all of the goodies. Yes, absolutely. All of the goodies that you'll see in the kitchen are from Marie, so thank you. All right, so what's coming up? We are pretty much booked till the end of the year, all right? With the Saturday night lectures, vendor fairs, our fall festival. So just to give you a quick rundown, next week, June 7th, we're having a vendor fair. We had one here a few months ago. It was excellent. We had many people come, so many that we're going to use the larger room next week. All right, so come by if you would. The vendors will be, the typical metaphysical products, books, crystals, etc., as well as people doing readings, mini readings. So come by, stop, say hello, and and see if you can get a reading. Pick up something for yourself. In terms of other events, we have coming in the fall, we'll be teaching at the adult education, and Charlie will be teaching Metaphysics 3 and 4. All right, as you may know, it's a 13-semester program, so it really could take you like 6 years to go through that program. It's a very comprehensive program. I know people have done it and they absolutely love it. So Charlie will be teaching 3 and 4 next semester. Jim will be teaching tarot next semester. So to get the details, check the website, metaphysicalcenter.org, for the exact dates. In terms of the Saturday night lectures, next month in June, we have Danny Larkin, who's going to be talking about astrology for today's incredible times. In July 19th, we have Elizabeth Berkovici. She will be talking about the magical legends of fairies and Celtic goddesses in Irish mythology. That should be cool. And she's going to follow that up with a Sunday workshop of Enchanted Ireland. In August, we take a break. And then in September, we have Dalian, 13 Hands, if you folks have seen him. A wonderful musician. So it's basically going to be not a lecture, but a concert. All right, so we'll start off the fall season with a nice concert right here. Then in October, we have John Mundy coming back. What is mysticism? On the November 15th, we're having a fall festival. We're going to be using both rooms. All right, in that room, we'll have a vendor fair. And in this room, we'll have a combination of speakers and psychics here live. Up till now, we've had psychics online, as you know. We'll have that here, so it'll be a full day event. And then in December, Ina Shapiro will be doing a dance flow type of rhythm and coupled with the holiday party. All right, so that's it for this year. Thanks all for coming. So please obviously turn off your cell phones so that when the sound is here, we're all going to be in a beautiful meditative state. So if you would, please do that. Restrooms, there's one here and several downstairs. All right, obviously take them as you need it, but we will be having a break about an hour into the session. And we'll come back and then we'll have the final session. All right, any little announcements that I might have forgotten? Anybody, team? Okay, great. All right, so Charlie, would you please lead us in meditation and then we'll start our program.
Okay, like Bill said, there's a used book table in the back. There'll be refreshments at the break in the kitchen. And Jim told me if anybody's comfortable with this, it might be helpful to take your shoes off. You'll be more grounded during the sound bath. Is that right? Mm-hmm. So if you're comfortable with that or not, I had socks on, so I took mine off. Okay, we will start with a short meditation, and then I'll turn it over to Jim and Milt. Okay, if everybody could get in a comfortable position, preferably with your feet flat on the floor, your back straight always helps, and we'll begin. Let's relax our minds and our bodies, breathing deeply and gently. Take long, slow, deep breaths. Breathing in, we breathe in peace and serenity and oneness. And breathing out, we exhale any tension or negativity that we may have in our bodies and just send it down, down, deep into the earth to be neutralized by Mother Earth. Breathing in peace and breathing out tension. Do that 2 more times on your own. Divine Father, Divine Mother, we thank you for your many, many great blessings. To the holy saints, holy masters, holy gurus, we thank you for your guidance, your protection, your love, and your oneness. We ask you now to please help us with our blessings. First, we'd like to ask that the Metaphysical Center of New Jersey be blessed, and all the people who attend, and all the spiritual organizations who are helping spread light in the world. May they be blessed with love, light, peace, prosperity, and oneness. We also ask that our homes and our families be blessed. May our homes and our families and our extended family love, light, and oneness. And we also ask that Mother Earth be blessed. May the earth be blessed with clean air, clean water, good health, and happiness. And that anywhere where there's fighting going on in the world, especially the Middle East or Eastern Europe or parts of Africa, may those places be filled with love, light, peace, and harmony. And now while our bodies and our auras are filled with this pure golden white light, if you know anybody who needs healing, a family member, a loved one, or anyone who has passed, take a moment now and just send light, pure golden white light to that person. May their aura be filled with light. For anyone who needs healing, or love, or peace, do that now. And finally we ask, for anyone on the planet who is suffering, or anyone who feels alone, may they know that they are not alone, and that there are people there willing to help, and all they need to do is ask. We ask all this with thanks and in full faith. So be it. So be it. So be it. With gratitude, respect, and love, we thank you. And when you're ready, slowly bring your consciousness back to the room.
Thank you, Charlie. Okay, I'd like to introduce our guests here tonight, Jim Angelico and Milt Coleman. Jim is a certified Reiki master teacher in several modalities, and he trained with the International Center for Reiki Training. He's also a vibrational sound healer, a meditation instructor, a tarot practitioner, a former chef restaurant owner, and a current vegetarian chef at Whole Foods Market. So if you go there, let's just give you a little wave to him, right? Milt is a Reiki practitioner who discovered Reiki in 2012 during his wife's cancer treatments, and then took Reiki training in order to help her and other cancer patients cope with the disease. Milt then continued his training and became a Reiki master, also in several modalities. He's also a certified Reiki master, medical certified Reiki master. Milt is also the chief of Paramus Emergency Medical Services and holds the Internal Revenue Service designation of Enrolled Actuary. Milt and Jim have led Reiki circles here in Ridgewood Y and the John Thoreau Cancer Center at Hackensack University Medical Center. I'm pleased to introduce to you Jim Angelico and Milt Coleman.
Thank you, thank you. Can you hear me? Okay. Who's been to a sound bath before? Oh, well, you guys, I kind of figured.
And who's had Reiki before?
Is your mic turned on?
Can you hear me?
No.
No.
Just switch it on.
Let's see.
I'll hold the credit cards.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
Much better.
Okay, so welcome to a Reiki-infused sound bath. How many have been to a Reiki-infused sound bath? Oh, come on.
There you go.
Okay, all right. So sound baths are vibrational healing. Vibrational healing is a healing modality that involves sound. It can do what? It can relieve anxiety. It can relieve stress. It can balance your chakras. It can remove energy blocks that are stuck in our body in a similar way to what acupuncture does, what deep massage can do. And it can be a lot of fun too. We're going to be infusing it with Reiki today, and Milt is going to talk a little bit about what he's going to do.
Well, we got together last Monday and we infused Reiki into all the instruments, so you will be receiving Reiki from the instruments. In addition, while Jim is playing the instruments, I'll be walking around and giving Reiki to those. If anybody doesn't want it, just wave me off, but I'll be lightly holding my hands near you and infusing Reiki to you also. Reiki as meditation and as sound bath. To be technical, it stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, and it causes relaxation, lowering of blood pressure, lowering of the heart rate, lowering of respirations, stimulates the vagus nerve, which it stimulates more relaxation. We always say when we give Reiki, if you fall asleep, it's a compliment to us because we've relaxed you, and that's the whole objective of Reiki and what we're doing tonight.
Is everybody okay with that? Yes. All right. Okay. So I'm going to start off by asking you to take a few more deep breaths through the nose, into the belly, and then out through the mouth at your own pace. Continue doing that a few times, and that's going to start us off really nicely. And when you're ready, Take a few deep breaths and come back into the room.
Thank you, Jim. So folks, if you have any energy to get up, you can. Refreshments in the kitchen, some drinks, refreshments. Restrooms are here. Take your time, please. Stay in this beautiful meditative space. Speak if you like, not if you like. I'll be back in about 15 minutes.
Yeah. Some of these bowls are designed to do that.
There's an echo.
And that helps you. Yeah, I get that too. The black ones are Japanese bowls. Of a slightly different kind. And they're hammered together. These are supposedly made by and they have a specific name which escapes I like both. There was a time when I did, and then there was a time when I preferred to use both of them. It's like vanilla ice cream and chocolate.
No, I just settled it.
Yeah, that's sort of a reminder to me, you know, because I sort of read these are called remind me of music box. Kind of brings us back a little bit.
It's the beginning, especially.
Yeah.
So what are you up to?
I keep them little ones at home. They had a yoga center, massage center, very easier because there's so many options right now. Whereas when I first started, it was tofu, vegetables. But it's gotten a lot easier. There's a lot of very tasty options. And I was lucky to work in so I'm always like aware of the substitutes and now very but I have to say that when I'm at work sometimes and then on another and then on another. So oh, absolutely. Well, you get good fats too, especially with like nuts and avocados and seeds. That's all good So, and we're gonna have a talk. It's gonna be have any questions?
I see the same thing.
So we're trying So,
how are you? I haven't seen you since before the pandemic. Does Will know you're here?
So we wound up having.
This is a vote.
They're sort of partisan.
And so these quartz crystals that are cut in particular angles. So it has many versions.
The Monday night.
I don't know what you mean by that. Well, no, I used to.
Pandora, just Pandora
Yeah,
clothes.
I'm not, but in terms of.
We lived in one.
Marty and I are paying the apartment.
I know, he's doing sound. He's doing I actually did a few here as soon as the vaccine came in. As soon as it was but I had very long term.
I've been following the emails I originally did. And it was just that my time
You know, once it was safe to go out, you know, we all got busy.
How did you, are these all yours?
Yeah.
And we're out of, quite an accumulation. They're not, oh, this is an E, and this is A, I see, but these two are not. Oh, G, and C.
This is,
So now it's that.
and the metal bowls aren't exactly.
That's why when you said the $20, it was like such a gift.
You're in
You have no
instructions.
idea. So, and I love my job.
This is supposed to be the D, but
It's still getting personal a little bit. I don't know why that is. Yeah, and I don't.
Not that good.
but I love it anyway. It's a little sound.
They pay all the bills off.
Well, also I have tuning forks, so the tuning forks help me, you know, if I forget, you know, what is this one again? I do the tuning forks. That's my ability. Yeah, I've never been there, but I know. Yeah, oh yeah, it's all over. It's all-
Yeah.
I bought like, I just bought like 16 packages of tuning forks and having one for breakfast.
No. We were just talking about tuning
I
forks.
have.
Well, yeah.
I should try to navigate. You want some water?
Yeah, I would too.
Oh.
No, you can't tune them, but I can identify what number.
Yeah, this is Diane.
Oh, I did.
If you wanted to, if you ever call in.
And, you know, some sound healers do use tuning forks. Thing is, you wouldn't hear them otherwise. So you have to hold it up.
I had a craving for.
To emanate sound.
Yeah, yeah. But the tuning fork is a perfect note.
No, yeah, no. Because the last time I saw Diane, it was, I used to have
I had some great fun with it.
Oh, yeah, they're fragile.
Yeah, they really were. And I had a rock that was good. Good.
I have a soup for like 4 days.
So it was like, really take
Yeah.
Our accountant
That's it.
become a friend of mine. We do the books in the morning and then.
I tune them about once every 2 or 3 months in Ringwood.
Yeah.
So actually, you know, we can take your email address if you're interested in.
And I
There may be one at the end of the month. It's not definite, but.
I was just very interested in that.
We're gonna talk about this, I think, after this, so, you know, ask all the questions you want.
We were trying to find Diane.
Right, I know.
Oh, we went to Punic Healing, we went to Nation.
Oh,
We went to Nation.
There you go.
She was doing a lecture on the Chinese New Year. Or on astrology or something.
good memories.
She said traveling. So I got a report, the dog, the dog was at the trainer. Thursday, Friday, it was nice to meet you. She was at the trainer Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I picked her up at 5:00. But I was on a 5:00. They had a tea, and the tea was on royal tea, like the Bible, and like feels good for. Anyway, I picked her up at 5:00, and I looked at the tea early. And they were doing a collection for Haven House for people that are women that were on the street or they were addicted, and they went into Haven House and they had like their life born again and like a whole philanthropic Christian through these symbols of God. So they were doing the video, and when I left to pick the dog up, she hopped in the car, I brought her home, she laid down in the house, and I, Lisa, my dog walker, that I've been with for years, and been living in Canada, because she can't stand whatever, and then she came home, and I said, can you babysit her, Mark's in California, and I'm trying to teach her to like not chew my shoes. She's helping me move by chewing shoes and destroying yarn and destroying the house. She chewed through the sofa, you know, yeah, oh my God, no, she has no idea. We had to throw out a stuff or anything. I mean, and Mark doesn't put her in the crate. And she's a Klingon. Like therapy and emotional support dog. Like we've been training her to be a pet therapist. Like separated from her for 3 days on purpose to let her get back into like. And I looked at her and I said to her, when I leave, no naughty naughties. That's it. You're done. And she was laying on stuff. And so Lisa said, when she came in the house, she was, the poor thing, she texted, oh, here's the baby. Oracle? No. Oh, I know. I want it. So Lisa texted me and said, she's afraid of not getting close to me. I've thrown treats to her, but she still won't get close. Finally, she warmed up and she came. No, she didn't say if she came in the house or outside. So we have like spots on our carpet where she's intentionally been spiteful, and she'll look at you, and then she'll like smile. Oh. So in order to sell the house, we have to get the house with carpet steam clean, or rip it off and like, she's been, I have had a dog, never had a dog do this. And this thing, she's been spiteful, manipulative, she's been the most, she's also a very, smart one. She's really old. She's a psychic. She's in an ad. I can think something and she must do it. Like Marge, it's really funny when we come like down to the Lazy Rider. She blew. Oh! And we went up to this farm and we picked her up on the eclipse when you had a wedding eclipse. We got her on the day of the eclipse to bring her home. And when we brought her home, like there were all these puppies and I knew that was her. Like she told me her name. Like I went to sleep at night, I'm like, what am I gonna name her? And she was up in the tree. You know what I try when I do you need help? Okay. I'll go with 1880.
I get there and I order some products every I don't like that ice cream, but okay.
Looked up Abigail, she can't father and my father's joy. Would you have and Mark and the dog do not get along at all? Oh my God. He said food streets are they're like sugar. She loves him. What if you got a matcha? He doesn't do any of the things the train for says. You want to go? We can go. As long as we can see this kid. When we went on vacation, I want to try this matcha and strawberry. It's ice cream in the top. So the bottom for 3 days. That's the problem for my nose. He never got
It's all subjective.
I've been cutting cords. Yeah. And then last time we're testing, surgery, testing, because he got blood work back, they said, so we went to the blood work, they said it was breast cancer, because they laid hands on him and trained and whatever. She was all the testing back, non-malignant, tested down the second, let's check out, it's clear. I don't wake up myself. I've been on this nothing is working. And I said, that's it. And I was like, shift my energy, I'm gonna get rid of my and then just like put my clothes in one closet, and that's it.
I was getting pissed. You heard it too.
She'll start
I
out.
had to force myself. I had to force myself.
Just things that she said. I was putting attention on it, no matter what. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. So where is he? Oh, he's not. He's still with me.
Everything seems to be better.
I'm trying to remember.
But she's not staying pretty positive. That's what I'm trying to say. So she was going in the pool for a while, and then we were walking. I don't know, maybe energy therapy. I mean, she's walking never
How much is this? 8 years.
She's 6.5.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So these are little toys that she got from the shower. This is the mini Annie's mirrors. I don't know if you want the mini off. They're doing this now.
This one is like, that kid, okay? This one looks like that's good. Wow.
That's my other Halloween costume.
Yeah, you might have to take mine out.
I know I can't, but it's just one thing. Like, I look
But you just needed a place to be quiet. You just went to your house. You got everything done. And then we had a meeting on Wednesday with an attorney. Without having a legal and another was either can't have. Yeah, and we, I'm in a position now where Mark and I are pretty no, but we can take this
I know, and it doesn't tell you what it is. I know. Wow. This was last week. Wow, cool. Right? I should be fine. I wore it to work, but I couldn't do the same. I had to wear my scrub boxers. I couldn't go to work. This one thing. I didn't have as much time.
And the mother getting
my mom's boyfriend. Oh my gosh, we went through all my friends came. He dressed so neat. You know, and the party was like acting as if anybody and they had the door. So like run to him. That's so come in the door. And then just came to the party. And I was just like, for Halloween, I usually dress up this year. And I'm so happy to have a dress that matches this character. I don't know if you've ever seen her. It's an horror movie. It's like, yeah. Well, my bleached eyebrows now would do great, but she doesn't have the eyebrows, and so I put concealer on my brows, and I put all these freckles on my face, and I put like an axe, and a real axe. Oh wait, I do. You know,
I don't know where that came from.
she was
Just
very
one of those. Now I know.
she screams, I'm married. And everybody was saying that whole summer before, they were all saying that I looked like her. So I was like, I have to be her. Yeah. So I come out, and she's so mad. They screamed so loud. Literally so loud. Everybody at the party was scared. They didn't even know. They thought he was a random person at the party. It was so funny. And then I was like, my mom's like, that's so funny. But the cops getting yeah, but my mom was like, my mom literally said to me, she was like,
are they gonna try to be friendly?
we're all saying,
Chat with her?
My friend got married outside.
really?
It was local.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, so she didn't have a wedding dress? Wow.
Now, it was her second marriage, so they did it in the backyard. Yeah, and that's what they did. She was
Wow, that's so cool.
I love it.
Yeah, you love that. Would you do that? Yeah, you should do that. Yeah.
My parents surprised me. They weren't even going to come. They surprised me. So that's my little wedding.
That's terrible.
It was nice. It was very small. Yeah, kind of telling. $20,000 wedding. No, I said I wasn't spending. Oh, yeah. But I was in the business. Right. It's even now.
August baby gone for 20. All right.
It's just that's it.
Or you can do it.
I don't like us.
One is keeping her business and it's 12 months from now. That's my goal to do with the book to me. There's only one goal. It's 9.5 days. It's not Fridays. They have really puppies. It's a great set of puppies. What did you want?
She said celebrating 2 years later, he made this for her.
All right, folks, we're gonna regather. And we'll be here in a second. you have any questions or answers, I think Jim will be just leading a discussion. So just settle down. Jim will be here in about 30 seconds, and we'll resume. And don't forget on the way out, maybe take a look at the book. Well, so many people have been generously donating their books, right? Like we all been involved in metaphysics for so many years. We have so many books, you know, we can't read them. So they generously donate the books, and we sell them for like $3, $5 to other people, get them circulating. So if you have books you want to donate, bring them by and take a look at the table. There might be something that resonates with you. You might want to pick it up for a few bucks. So take a look at that.
It must be special to you.
Now, you were walking around the
Thanks a lot. Here is Jim.
Hi. Hi. Would anybody like to share their experience tonight?
When you were doing the maracas and you were doing the shaking, it was almost like pulsating the energy into our system. I felt like jumping beans coming in, like as like an energizing of the energy that was in the atmosphere coming in. Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me?
No.
No.
Move that a little closer.
How about now?
Yes.
All right.
Now you're still on.
So what that's for, the shakers are to actually shake up stuck energy that's in your system,
Well,
in
they
your
started
energy
jumping.
system. And I felt that I needed to go around a second time because there was just so much stuck energy. And we all have it right now. I mean, we're going through challenging times. So it's there. But that's what that's for. That's what that's for. Thank you for that question.
I felt energetically clean, like cleansed, like my energy body felt, I don't know what the right word is, purified or maybe unclogged, like you said, right? Yeah.
Well, then we did our job.
And really, seriously did. I haven't felt like that cleansed in a long time.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. Thank you for that, Charlie. Thank you.
Do you have a script that you follow when you're going around playing each one?
Do I have a script?
You know, like, do you decide ahead of time what you're gonna do, or is it?
You know, I get asked that question a lot, and I love that question. It's a little bit of planning. It's a lot of improv. And it's also reading the energy of you all in the room, which is always going to be a little bit different. So I put all of that together, and this is what I come up with. It's always a little bit different. Sometimes it's a lot different. There's also malfunctions going on, and that's part of it. That's all part of it.
I asked if there's a sequence to lay out the instruments, and I thought there was, but apparently there's not.
I'd just like to say you definitely nailed it. You introduced some new colors to my meditation. that
Well,
I
that's
hadn't
great.
before.
That's success. That is success.
Thank you.
That's success. Thank you. Yes?
I fractured 5 bones in my wrist and hand a couple months ago, and I'm still at the getting it full functionality left. And when you were doing everything, my left hand started to shake, and now it feels even more released. I'm able to make a fist stronger than what it was before. So I'm quite sure I had a very big release during that shaking.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Thank you so
That's
much.
great. That's great. This is like a revival meeting. Anyone else?
Yeah, I would like to say something.
Sure.
This is my first time. I wasn't expecting anything. But what I gave and what I received was humongous. When you put the hands over my head, my whole body started to radiate and vibrate. I want to thank you for that, because I felt a renewed energy. Something in me was welling up so beautiful. I felt at peace.
I'm glad we exceeded your expectations.
It was wonderful.
You want to talk a little bit about Reiki?
Give the general 5-minute introduction. For those who are not familiar with Reiki, Universal Life Force Energy. Reiki is a Japanese relaxation and stress relief technique in which healing life force energy is transmitted through a practitioner to a recipient. And the key word in that big long sentence is healing. You're getting healing energy. You're not receiving my energy, you're getting energy which is coming through me, such as if water went through a garden hose or electricity flowed through a wire. I'm the conductor, but it's not my energy that you're receiving. Reiki is used in about 15% of the hospitals, and they find that people who receive Reiki recover quicker with less medication. Dr. Oz used to have people in his operating room. Raven Keys was the name of the practitioner. She started Raven Keys Medical Reiki International, which gives out the medical Reiki training, which I took. And in most people, the effect of the Reiki is to, as I mentioned earlier, lower blood pressure, lower your respiratory rate, lower your heart rate, introduce a feeling of wellness. This is, and the key thing, in my case especially, it reduces the rate of aging. What it's called is the relaxation response. That was discovered in the 1970s by Dr. Herbert Benson, who was a cardiologist. He was the first person to go around the world and study different forms of meditation and to try to, he established, basically he came up with the mind-body connection. And he's got a website called relaxationresponse.org, and it lists, okay, so our body has, when our body reacts, it's a sympathetic nervous system that's reacting to outside stress. We cannot control that. But by activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which we can control, we counteract the bad effects, the ill effects of the parasympathetic nervous system. So not all stress is bad, but to an excess it's harmful, and it's bad for our health. But by practicing things like meditation, sound bath, and Reiki, you can do better.
Thank you.
What was that?
You're Googling that site?
So are you 100 years old?
No. I hope to be. I'm 81.
Oh, wow. You look amazing.
I had a question, the little closing, when you had like the little chimes that were hanging on the back behind you, there were 4
Yeah.
different sounds, or were they the same sound, but?
They're tuned differently. They're tuned differently. Each one is tuned differently.
What are they called?
Koshi chimes.
Koshi chimes, they're beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, they're made in France. They have a Japanese name. Yeah.
They reminded me of little fairies.
Yeah, someone else said that before. Someone else said that.
Should they have a Chinese name?
I saw that.
Should they have a Chinese
You
name?
did?
Yeah.
Did you see them?
Yeah, it sounds Celtic to me. You know,
Celtic.
Celtic.
Yeah.
Celtic sounds.
Koshi.
Koshi.
Did you say Koshi?
Koshi, K-O-S-H-I. Koshi bells. We'll go Koshi chimes.
But with a K. Okay. They're a friend.
What steps are necessary to become someone like you?
Well, let's see.
Could you repeat that?
How did I get to this point?
Yeah, okay, so for those who didn't hear, I was asking what steps are necessary to become someone like Jim?
Just the desire to do it, some application, a lot of meditation, and I went to many sound baths in a very short period of time. And I didn't spend as much time with my eyes closed as most of the other people that were there. I was watching, observing, taking mental notes, and still getting the benefit. And I would say to myself, I think I would do this a little differently, or I like that a lot, so I want to incorporate that. So it was all learning. It was all a learning process, and a lot of fun too. And I just kept doing it. You know, just like you pick up a guitar and learn how to play it. The same thing.
Nice.
Thanks for the question. Yes?
I've often gone to sound baths that are just the sound, or Reiki sessions that are just the Reiki. It was very nice to have both.
Thank you. I thought I came up with the idea,
Wonderful.
and then I found out other people were doing it.
Yeah.
And I said, well, then it probably is a good idea if other people are doing it too. So,
I'm just curious, what is it about the combination that adds to the entire effect?
well, each one is pretty powerful on its own. Reiki is very powerful as a standalone healing modality. Sound, vibrational healing, very powerful on its own. Putting them together seemed like a natural fit. The results just get better and better as time goes by. At least that's my observation of it.
So the whole is greater than the sum of the parts?
The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. And also, some people resonate a little bit more with one modality, other people a little bit more with the other modality. So
I was curious from a vibrational point of view because waves integrate in such a way that I was wondering if the Reiki wave and the ball wave somehow created a bigger wave or tune. I don't know if any study's ever been done of that, but to me,
probably not. I think the combination is fairly new. I'd say maybe within the last 10 years.
I'd be really curious about that.
Yeah, that's something that
then there's a
can be,
real reason, a scientific reason for
Yeah.
combining it, as opposed to just, well, this is fun.
Yeah. Well, as I say, each one seems to be very powerful on its own.
Yeah.
Combined synergistically, it's great. Yes.
I'm so inquisitive.
That's great.
So all the optics and all the different notes that you have from the bowls that were metal versus the sound bowls that are glass, each one resonated and had a different depth of tone.
Yes.
Could you have like a white bowl that's a C and a metal bowl that's a C, but have a different vibration?
It's gonna have a, that's a good question. I think the person that's receiving that energy, if they're really in touch with what's going on in their body, would be able to.
I'm asking because I felt that.
You felt that. Okay,
I
so,
felt the
yeah.
differences. It felt like steps. It felt like a major or minor chord to me. Like when I was feeling the vibration, it would go C and then C like up or down. It was like varying.
There is a high C and a low C there.
Yeah, but then when you added one of the other bowls, whether it was a ceramic or a metal bowl, it changed the frequency, and I could feel it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's, as I said, there's a little bit of improv. There's actually a lot of improv, but there's also, I know that you're gonna need a C note here for a while, so I'm gonna do that a lot. I know you're gonna need an A toward the end because that's your crown chakra, rather B, not A. B is your crown chakra, so we want to get that area too. And then we want to go back and do the root chakra, which is the C. Yeah.
To help answer that, there's a vibration of the note and a vibration of the material. It's why if you go into an orchestra, a trumpet C is going to sound different from a trombone. It's a different instrument. The metal is different. It will affect your vibration.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Right.
One more.
Sure.
So, I've been to sound baths where they have bowls, and into others where they have gongs, and a whole array of gongs. I know these are more natural type instruments, let's say.
Compared to what?
To like an electronic instrument.
Okay, all right.
Can this be done using other instruments, or is it really
Yeah,
natural?
I mean, a synthesizer definitely would, some people do use synthesizers.
Yeah, like whether it's some kind of keyboard.
Some kind of keyboard.
Even a string instrument produces vibrations.
Right.
Think of a cello or something.
Yeah. for that matter, well, a cello is an acoustic instrument, so that's in your natural corner.
Right.
And also, I'm thinking the instruments of Indian ragas, you know, sitar, a tabla, these are the, tambura, yeah.
Drone kind of stuff.
Very drone, vibrational, especially the sitar. So they achieve the same results,
That's
or similar results.
good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Honestly,
did one with a harp also.
yes.
Harp,
harps.
yeah. And cymbals.
Okay. I'm thinking about doing this.
I can tell.
So over what period of time did you acquire all of these instruments?
I'd say about a three-year period. Before the pandemic, they weren't quite as expensive as they are right now.
Now there's probably taverns on.
Yeah, well, now that's, yeah, sure, that's gonna get even worse. But the industry that produces these instruments really suffered for about 2 years because there were no sound baths.
It's a social factor.
Yeah. Yes?
I can go again.
Reiki.
You had shared in the very beginning that you did Reiki on all the instrumentation
Yes.
before you started your evening, and you set intention for the evening. Have you seen a difference with or without in terms of the recipients?
Yes, I have. How about you? No.
I have not.
Okay. I feel there's more, I think the vibration carries farther.
Okay.
Normally, we infuse the Reiki right before we start, but in this case, we did it on Monday of.
Yeah. And what we did also was actually attune the instruments to Reiki. So in other words, the way a person would be attuned, the instruments were attuned. Now that's controversial. Not everyone agrees with that, but
I think that's cool.
I like
I
it.
like that idea.
Hey, Jim.
It's you?
Yeah. No, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So, talk about symbols.
Huh?
When I knew I was coming here, I had no idea that it was gonna be on the same day as my Reiki level 2 class was gonna be. And I'm getting Reiki on the same day I just got Reiki. And then the cookie I was telling you about before, you didn't believe it? It says, fortune cookie message. Right now, there's energy pushing you in a new direction. Who gets a fortune cookie message like that?
Not me.
It's a Reiki cookie.
It's a
Yeah, I
Reiki
was a little
cookie.
buzzed before.
Reiki cookie.
So, double Reiki, yeah.
Would you care to contrast the in-person Reiki with the online Reiki? Would you care to contrast the two?
No, actually, I felt buzzed in both. But the in-person, was like a double whammy. It was like, I was floating.
Your hands were very warm.
Yes.
And I could
Yeah.
feel your Reiki. It
Yes,
was
yes,
really
yes.
strong.
Yes.
Yeah, because you were attuning multiple people at the same time. So, yeah, I could feel it. It was really
The energy does seem to grow.
Yeah,
seem
it
to grow
does.
The more
It
you do
really
it.
does. Because we're sharing each other's energy.
Yes,
So-
yeah, that's a very important point. That's a very important point. And another thing to keep in mind is that the experience that you're feeling today, you're creating it too, or you're co-creating it. You're putting a lot of healing into this yourself, whether you realize it or not. You're bringing a lot of light and love into this experience that we're having tonight.
You have to start off being receptive, otherwise it's just not going to have the effect.
I agree.
Right. I see a hand way in the back. Is that, Cindy?
Oh, me again?
You again? Okay.
I just want to say it was really cool, really great,
Thanks.
really
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you.
Both of them together were really, really nice.
Yeah, great
I love the combination.
Yeah, absolutely, it's a winner.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, there's one thing I want to add, as Bill said at the beginning, this program has been streamed. Everything that I stream for the Metaphysical Center is saved on my site, so you can go back and see this event in its entirety on the Bridge of Truth
Bridge
channel
of Truth, yes.
for YouTube, plus all the other events that we've done in the last year and a half. And it might be interesting to see what kind of effect you get from the recording of it versus the live. I'm sure that there is a difference, but I know that people do have wonderful experiences from the recordings that I've done of different things and different.
This is a good point. You can receive a healing experience from an online source just as well as an in-person.
Yeah, I did.
So if you found this to be a great experience and you want to have another great experience,
Go back and lie down and sit and just enjoy it again.
And on that point there, Jim, I did have someone that was streaming it, and they said it was awesome. So even through the streaming, it was very profound.
Good, that makes
so yeah. So anyone, as Al said, he has his own website, the Bridge of Truth, where this will be on. Also, you can just since you participated and registered here, you can just send us an email also, and we'll send you a recording of it. Or you can go to the Bridge of Truth. And also the Bridge of Truth, he has, I don't know how many wonderful
It might be a
metaphysical
good
subjects.
idea at this point to just put a link somewhere, just for the Bridge of
Yeah,
Truth.
it's just a link.
We'll just do it. and you can
In
see
fact,
all
I
the
think each
videos.
of you got it in the email that we sent you. In other words, when you got your confirmation email, there was a link in there which says, if you can't attend live, just click on that link. So you can go home and do that.
Just to clarify, Bridge of Truth is a YouTube channel, not a website,
Correct. Bridge of
It's
Truth
both, but
It's both,
these
okay.
videos are on the YouTube
on the
channel.
YouTube channel.
Do you need a
Okay.
password?
No, and it's all free. I've never charged anything for the Bridge of Truth for the last 12 years. It's 130 videos online. All
Very
different
generous.
things,
Thank
all
you.
different things
That's
that I've
wonderful.
done.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing things.
I just want to say, if anybody has any doubt about taking an online Reiki class or anything like this sort of thing online, my class was online that I took the Reiki to, and when I was getting that attunement, I was boiling. I felt that energy, and I had that buzzed feeling. So it's
Distance means nothing, as we know. Prayers,
That's right.
meditation, and energy can travel from one on the part of the planet to the other. We all understand that.
I'd like to share something else that you might find interesting, and especially the fellow that asked about it. Being a person that's involved in the digital musical world, one of the most recent advances is actually doing digital recreations of acoustic instruments, so that there's probably people out there that are actually doing and creating bowls so that you can play them on a keyboard, but it would actually sound like that. And you can, with articulations, I mean, you can get libraries of amazing orchestras and do it like this. And I would imagine that this is something that could be available. It might even be something that you might want to incorporate yourself at some point. I mean, obviously you got the bowls, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, it just remain. I'm sure it's out there. It's got to be.
Yeah, could be. Yes, Joe.
Jim, if I could say one more thing, I think there was a few different things going on here tonight, which is why it was so good for everybody. Milt, you mentioned people being receptive, right? What a receptive group this is. Everybody came here just for that. The sound tones were harmonizing our vibratory conditions, so the whole group was being harmonized. And when you were channeling the Reiki, right, we're all in harmony and receptive, and that's why, I think you guys got a great thing going on here. So keep it up. Yeah, definitely keep it up.
And I like the different, vibes of the different bowls. Even I have, the crystal bowl and the Tibetan bowl at home. And I also have the Tibetan bowl sound machine and the solfeggio frequency thing. They all of them have different effects on your body, So everybody vibes differently to each one. But I noticed I was picking up differently from the different sounds. So I
together, like, yeah, I had like an increased value.
I like the large bowl because when it was going around the room, it sounded like ET stuff. And it was fantastic. I love all that ET stuff. The large bowl, the first one, you know, and you put the speaker on. Like sometimes it was a little bit further away, and you put the mic closer to it. I love it, and it was sort of.
This was all accidental, anyway.
I was like, am I lifting off? You know, or is somebody landing?
Do you try to finish one bowl before you go to the next so they don't conflict, or do you blend them together?
Initially, I like to keep it as simple as possible at the beginning of the sound bath, and then it starts getting a little more complex. So I will mix it up a little bit more, and then sometimes there's just like, you know, I get everything going as much as I possibly can. I'm not sure if I'm answering your question. But again, it's improvised, so it's not always the same.
Well, I'll sleep well tonight.
Say, I'm sorry?
Well, I'll sleep well tonight.
Yeah, that's,
High five.
that's, I think we'll all sleep well.
Well, this is
Thank
great.
you so much.
We all know that everything was done. Yeah, and for me, as we all know, everything's vibration, and as Jim was pointing out, some tones are for, some tones are for the different chakras in the body.
Yeah.
And so we all understand that from our metaphysics classes. So for me, this is like an orchestration of all the different vibrations, and in totality, it's just a beautiful vibrational healing. So Jim and Milt, by the way, will be here next Saturday, all right, in the large room. They will have a table, and they will give some mini readings, mini healings, all right, healings, excuse me. So feel free to stop by. Feel free to touch base with them. I don't know if you have your business cards here, if you want to leave them.
Yeah, that's a business card.
So feel free to do that, but I certainly want to thank them for being here. So again.
And I just want to say one more time that we all created this experience tonight. All of us. We all participated. And it is my hope that we take whatever light that expanded within us out into the world and, you know, share it. You know, because that's what this world needs right now.
Amen.
Thank you, Dan. So we hope to see you all soon, maybe next Saturday, maybe at our next event. And as we always say, you do get extra karma points if you put your chair in the back to help us stop that. So thank you so much. Have a great weekend.